Welcome back, bookworms, to night number 2 of the Mike's Book Reviews End of Year Awards for 2024. Tonight, we're looking at the best of heroes and villains and couples, and maybe some of those fuzzy little animal companions that make our heart go boom. It's going to be quite an interesting night for us tonight. We've got 8 categories to get through, and we're going to kick it off now. Being the hero of the story doesn't quite mean the same as it used to be. It doesn't always just mean that the character always does the right thing. Sometimes it's those really, really tough choices that a character has to make that might make them seem a little bit unlikable. But seeing them go through those struggles is what makes us love them even more. So let's take a look at the best heroes of 2024. Best hero or protagonist. And the nominees are Gabriel de Leon, Empire of the Damned; Thomas Piety, War for the Rose Throne; Uhtred of Bebbanburg, The Last Kingdom; ℚ𝕦𝕤𝕤𝕤𝕤, Saga of the Forgotten Warrior; John Blackthorne, Shogun. And the award goes to... Hey ma, look at me! Thomas Piety for War for the Rose Throne. This is the second nomination and first win for Peter McLean. The War for the Rose Throne was released in 2018, and Priest of Bones was a British Fantasy Awards finalist for Best Fantasy Novel in 2019. Being the leading lady in a story sometimes can break the mold in many, many genres. But within these stories, our female heroes aren't defined by their social status, but by the merit and compassion of their character. Let's take a look at the best heroines in 2024. Best heroine or protagonist. And the nominees are B. Farseer, The Fitz and the Fool Trilogy; Lorena Parker, Streets of Laredo; Bloody Ann, War for the Rose Throne; Karis Wooler, World Without End; Abatha Williams, Slewfoot. And the award goes to Lorena Darling, Lorena Parker, Streets of Laredo. This is the second nomination and second win for Larry McMurtry. Streets of Laredo was released in 1993 and was a finalist for the National Book Award in 1994. The tales of heroes and heroines are only as good as their greatest nemesis. Without a good villain, it's hard to understand the plight of our protagonists. Because let's be honest, to be good, sometimes you gotta be bad. Let's take a look at the best villains of 2024. Best villain or antagonist. And the nominees are Joey Garza, Streets of Laredo; Ralph Fitzpatrick, World Without End; Godwin Besse, World Without End; Eleanor Dammert, Blackwater; Lord Ishido, Shogun. And the winner is... My mama warned me about redheads, y'all. Eleanor Dammert. This is Blackwater. This is the first nomination and first win for Michael McDowell. Blackwater was released as 6 volumes in 1983 and went on to critical acclaim from critics and peers. Since Romeo and Juliet, audiences have pined for some of the greatest couples in all of literature. Be it star-crossed lovers or the tragic tale of loss, make us feel cheated that these couples never, ever got to be. In the end, love is what holds a lot of these stories together. Let's take a look at some of the best couples of 2024. Best couple. And the nominees are John and Alejandra, All the Pretty Horses; Thomas and Ailsa, War for the Rose Throne. John and Mariko, Shogun. Myrthen and Karis, World Without End. Gabriel and Phoebe, Empire of the Damned. And the award goes to... Now, I don't ship very much, guys, but I did ship John and Mariko in Shogun, James Clavell. This is the third nomination and first win for James Clavell. Shogun was released in 1975 and has sold 6 million copies worldwide and has won 18 Emmy Awards across 2 adaptations. Be it the bestest boy or a loyal steed, animal companions have become a staple of adventure stories in our time. Someone as fierce as the wolf to maybe just simply a warm kitty, soft kitty. These are the best animal companions of 2024. Best Animal Companion. And the nominees are Redbow, All the Pretty Horses. Heinrich, Trials of Empire. Asher, Threadlight. Bo, The Hollow Places. Lori, You Like It Darker. And the award goes to... Oh, the bestest boy, Heinrich, Trials of Empire, Richard Swan. This is the first nomination and first win for Richard Swan. Trials of Empire was released in 2024 and was the conclusion of the Empire of the Wolf trilogy, which was a Sunday Times bestseller. One of the hardest things to do in any medium is to stick the landing on the ending. If you miss on the ending, it can sour the whole journey. You end too happy and it's like, man, maybe a little unrealistic. You end too sad, you just don't love life. End ambiguously. Well, you just can't win in the end, can you? But these guys and gals did. Let's go ahead and take a look at the best endings of 2024. Best Ending. And the nominees are Shogun, James Clavell. Priest of Crowns, Peter McLean. Boys in the Valley, Philip Fracassi. Streets of Laredo, Larry McMurtry. World Without End, Ken Follett. And the winner is... My man's having a good night tonight. Priest of Crowns, Peter McLean. This is War for the Rose Throne. This is the fifth nomination and second win for Peter McLean. The War for the Rose Throne was released in 2018, and Priest of Bones was a British Fantasy Awards finalist for Best Fantasy Novel in 2019. The ability of an author to wisp us away to other worlds simply with the use of words is nothing short of remarkable. To maintain a strong use of the English language in a way that's so descriptive and so beautiful that it makes us just hang on to every single word, that's where the magic happens. Let's take a look at the best prose of 2024. Best Prose. And the nominees are Robin Hobb, Assassin's Fate. Walter Miller Jr., A Canticle for Leibowitz. R. Scott Baker, The Darkness That Comes Before. William Kent Kruger, Ordinary Grace. Ken Follett, World Without End. I think I know what's going to happen here. The winner is... You can't hold down the First Lady of Epic Fantasy for long, guys. Assassin's Fate, Robin Hobb. This is the second nomination and first win for Robin Hobb. Assassin's Fate was released in 2016 and is a conclusion to Realm of the Elderlings, which earned the Life Achievement Award in 2021. Now, whether you choose to read your books through the physical format or digital, maybe graphic novels or just audiobooks, I think one thing we all have in common is a love of some really truly beautiful, beautiful books. Through Broken Binding to Folio Society and now even Kickstarter to fund their own projects, special editions have never been more readily accessible and attainable than right now. Let's take a look at some of the best special editions of 2024. Best Special Edition. And the nominees are The Dragon Bone Chair, Tad Williams, Special Edition by The Broken Binding. Empire of Silence, Christopher Rocchio, Special Edition by Kickstarter. A Canticle for Leibowitz, Walter Miller Jr., Special Edition by Folio Society. Gunmetal Gods, ℚ𝕦𝕣𝕒𝕤𝕤, Special Edition by Kickstarter. Boy's Life by Robert McCammon, Special Edition by Suntup Editions. In a normal year, any single one of these could win. But, best of the best, right? Take a look. Empire of Silence, Christopher Rocchio, Diamond Edition. This is the first nomination and the first win for Christopher Rocchio. Empire of Silence was released in 2018 and won the Manly Wade Wellman Award for Outstanding Science Fiction Novel in 2019. Thank you guys so much for tuning in to night 2. I hope you will join us for night number 3, where we'll be looking at the absolute cream of the crop. We're talking best author, best novel, best series, all of those big kahunas that make you guys say that was definitely their year. So I hope to see you guys then, and we will talk to you there. Hey guys, welcome to Backstage for night number 2. I just want to kind of address a couple of things here. I thought that just doing one of these little backstage things was kind of an explanation for the first one. Now I just think it's kind of fun to kind of talk about what went into all this, kind of a peek behind the curtain, the deleted scene. If you guys are old enough to remember DVDs, the deleted scenes. I guess they still do those on Blu-rays. Anyways, I derail as always. A couple questions I got about night 1 was a couple of things like, why was this book not included in this? Like, for example, why did I not include Shogun on historical fiction? And it's one of those things where, like, I'm not trying to say I want to make sure this is balanced, because it's nothing like that. I would never do it that way. What I said I wanted to do is I wanted to kind of show some love to some lesser things. I'll be straight with you. Shogun has a massive number of nominations in this program. So it was like, okay, I think I can take Shogun out of historical fiction because it is going to be up for best novel. I think you guys all know this. And it was one of those where I was like, okay, I maybe give some other things some light there. And that's kind of what I'm trying to do, because in the end, something like this is recognizing a lot of those books that I didn't get to talk very much about in like my top 10 books of the year, So that's kind of what I was angling for there. I've had some mostly positive comments. Don't get me wrong, mostly positive comments, but I like to, reflect on the criticism. Someone was saying that I was saying nomination first or saying winner first instead of nomination, or however, reverse it. You're right. It sounds better that way. So I did try to update that one. What else did it? What was it? Oh, this is cringe. Yeah, it might be a little bit cringe, guys. That's why I don't do videos like this. I don't usually do stuff that's out of my normal, just turn the microphone on, turn the camera on, don't move anything around, see what happens. In the end, I love old school award shows. I thought they were always a lot of fun. So I try to do something like that, something where we just, you present the topic with a quick little monologue and then kind of go in the answers and things like that. Just trying to make it seem fun, So if I think at the end, there's such a fine line between cringe and fun. I trust me, there was times when I was editing night 1 where I was like, oh my God, I don't want to release this. So I think we can all feel like that sometimes, but in the end, I'm not against criticism. I know that this is a little different, like I said, from the material that I usually do on the channel, and I'm okay with that. But I'm very excited about night number 3, because I'm going to try to loosen a few things up and try to do a couple of things maybe a little differently. I don't think I'll be wearing a coat for night number 3, because these lights are hot, guys. They're very, very hot, and when you're dressed, to the nines in a blazer, I don't know how Dr. Philip Chase does it, because that was warm. That was very, very warm. But yeah, exciting times ahead, I think. This is something I want to try to do each year. and hopefully I can go back to it and just kind of keep making changes and corrections. Someone said they thought that I should get a podium, and I had one. My wife did bring one home over the holiday. She has one in her classroom, and then once this all got delayed or whatever, she had to take it back to school. So I don't have one. So next year I'll try to have the podium, and I think that'll help. I might actually get a trophy too. I think a trophy might be, more fun than, the envelope. I don't know. Opening the envelope, that's classic. You can't get rid of the envelope, can you? But yeah, so a fun night, and I hope you guys are still enjoying it. And again, I appreciate the feedback, and that's how you get better. That's how you get better. So drop in the comments, guys, and let me know what you thought, and I will talk to you there.